Hey, good afternoon, guys. Disregard the mess in the back and the laundry going, but I wanted to pop on real quick here because I've been hearing people talk about our garden centers are closed, we can't get seeds, we can't grow our own food. So far, in my state of Kansas, that's not been a problem. We can still get seeds and bedding plants. And I'm not sure if nurseries are open or not. My little town, they're getting them brought in to our local Ace lumber. Plus I also started a bunch of my own plants by seed, but not enough. So anyway, but here's an idea. You can actually grow your garden from some of your groceries. And so I wanted to share that with some of you that aren't aware of that, that might help you. Those of you that can't get, you can go buy groceries. Don't tell some of your governors that. They may limit how many you can buy and say you can't buy it. But anyway, first off, I'm gonna start with potatoes. You don't have to have seed potatoes. You can just go to the grocery store and get regular old potatoes. And then, now I cut them up. I have planted seed potatoes before, and I've planted grocery store potatoes before. And I can tell you, I haven't seen any difference. I have just as much luck with the seed potatoes as I do with grocery store. This year we planted mostly seed potatoes. A lot of people will take the potato and just throw it whole in the ground, but I cut mine up. Now this one doesn't have, you know how your potatoes sometimes will sprout? I just got these, so they haven't really started sprouting and I haven't gone through the bag. But I plant my potatoes in March. So it's been they've been in the ground, I think 3 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. And what I use then, the potatoes that sprouted. But by cutting them up, each one of the little eyes, and that's what will sprout on your potatoes if they go to sprouting, that's gonna grow a plant. So cut your potato up to where you have 3 or 4 eyes on it, bury it in the ground, and as it comes up, then what I do is I mound the dirt up around the plant. As the plant grows, I keep mounding the dirt so the potatoes can grow in bunches. And then they're really fascinating when you dig them up. You let them just grow all summer, keep them watered and keep the weeds out, keep mounding the dirt. And sometimes I get a bumper crop of potatoes. Sometimes it's just not a potato year. So last year I didn't plant potatoes and I really missed them. So we did it this year. Another thing you can grow is go get a sweet potato or 2 from the grocery store. I started this one probably a month ago, and what they'll do, just stick the jar, the whole sweet potato, point it in down in the water, and it will start to grow roots. And then you will see from each one of its eyes, a plant will start to come out. Those are called sweet potato slips. And then what you do when they get big enough, you just break it off right at the potato, just like that. Here's several I've already started, and just put it down in the water. And then these will grow roots. See if I can find, I've only had these in for a few days. I don't know if you can see it, but those little white, those are roots starting to come on. Sweet potatoes like hot. They like heat. So it's really not too late to get out there now and or go to the store and get a sweet potato and get started. This one I just put in the water a couple weeks ago. And sometimes your sweet potatoes will get nasty. They smell awful, they smell rotten, and now so far, I have another one that did this. There's a little bug. I had another one that did this, and it got really mushy on the bottom, but I took it out, rinsed it off, put it in fresh water, and it's growing new slips out the top. This one I just changed the water in. So just make sure that you keep the water up high enough, and when your slips get, I like to let mine get at least 6 inches, but you don't have to let them get that big, because I've planted them when the slips were just 3 or 4 inches. As long as they have roots on them, you gotta make sure you have a good root system going, put them in the ground, and they'll grow sweet potatoes. Leave them in all summer, and you'll have beautiful vines all around across the top. I think it's usually a purple flower. They'll bloom, and then I think they say once the vines start to die back, or at least the blooms die, is when you can dig them. You have to get them out of the ground before it gets too cold. Another thing that you can plant, even though it's better planted in the fall, is garlic. And just go to the grocery store, get a bulb of garlic, and then take each little clove out and plant it base side down, pointy side up, and you can grow your own garlic. Now, it does much better if you plant it in the fall, but if you get it in there right now, by fall you may have some small garlic bulbs. I've never done this. I'm going to try it this year, but an onion. Buy an onion. You know, we cut the bottom off anyway, and I'm not sure how they do it, if they just stick it in water and let the roots grow, or if they just put it directly in the ground, but I'm going to experiment with that this year. Another thing that you can plant, and this is going to be very, you're going to get a lot of good results. I did this last year. Right now, go to the store and just buy a 1 pound package of pinto beans. Dry beans. You can plant dry beans directly in the ground and grow your own green beans. I did black beans and pinto beans last year, more as an experiment, and the pinto beans did very, very well. So right now all I have is black beans right here. Downstairs I've got some pinto beans. But, you know, these little bitty, this is what you buy when you go buy a package of seeds, is you buy these. You know, the Blue Lake green beans, whatever, you know, you can save those seeds from year to year and replant them. Anyway, guys, I don't want this to get too long, but these are just a few ideas, easy garden things. And for those of you that can't get garden seeds, I don't understand it. I don't understand why they're stopping that. And I've heard that in some of these states, these huge nurseries that sell bedding plants aren't allowed to sell those, and they're having to throw out all of their bedding plants. It's very, very sad to see. But like I said, so far in the state of Kansas, that's not been a problem. So hope this helps some of you that are having trouble getting seeds. I think there's a few other things that you can grow. Celery. I know people, you chop the end of your celery off, stick it in water, let it root, and I think anywhere where I live, I'm gonna have to keep it in the house because it just gets too hot. Another thing that I did is I bought a bell pepper at the grocery store the other day. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm gonna try growing those, the seeds from those. We'll see what we get. Won't be out any money if it doesn't work. Now remember, a lot of the stuff that you buy from the store is GMO. It's been genetically modified, so you can't just plant any seed from what you buy at the store unless you know what you're getting, because it's going to probably revert back to the original plant and it's not going to produce anything. So hope this helps y'all. Stay safe, and we're all in this together. All right, guys, have a great day.